Hello Internet. So this week I'm going to be opening up one of these Kaiba's collector boxes. It's I I'm pretty sure that everything I saw online said this came out in 2016, but it lists 2014 as the copyright date. So I'm not 100% sure. It has the Kaiba starter deck reloaded, 6 booster packs, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, just in case you don't already have 20,000 of them, and a novelty oversized Blue Eyes White Dragon card. So basically, uh, browsing around on Walmart's website and figured I'd see what they have for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and this was actually sold by Walmart. This isn't like somebody had this sitting around and they put it up on Walmart and was selling it through Walmart. This is actually was still in stock from Walmart. So I'm genuinely curious to see just how bad the starter deck is and how bad the duelist packs are. I mean, it does show the ultimate blue eyes and the dark paladin. So I mean, maybe with a little luck I'll actually get something decent out of this kit, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm just hoping the starter deck is not as laughably bad as the old starter decks were. Which, I mean, I guess fair enough. It was back in the very early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's where it was 90% jank, and it's I'm pretty sure this is just the standard Blue Eyes White Dragon. There was one promo version of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I think it was a Shonen Jump promo where it has the Blue Eyes doesn't look nearly as goofy as he does in some of the versions, and it's got the had the Earth in the background with the blue eyes in front of it, and it was actually a really nice looking card. Note to self for me for later: insert an image of the blue eyes here so people can see what I'm talking about. I remember that was a really good one. Unfortunately, I sold off all my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff a long time ago, and so I don't have it anymore. And it's yep, a giant novelty version. Doesn't have the text or the foiling up here. It's all just color. And we've got 3 Kaiba Duelist packs and 3 Yugi Duelist packs. If I can get them out of here. Oh, they're not too beat up. That's good at least. Yeah, so I'll save. No, we'll do the Duelist packs first. Yeah, these are just the little 5-card packs. And so you get the Ring of Defense. When a trap that inflicts damage is activated, reduce its damage to 0. Oh, the White Dragon head. You can, once per turn, target X head cannon you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. When equipped, the equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense. It's union. These were the precursors to the actual Xyz monsters. Judge Man, who is I'm going to say laughably bad. I think it was one of the what were they calling themselves? The Big Five, the executives that kept trying to kick Kaiba out of power. I think one of them used Judge Man as his iconic character. Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Target one face-up monster you control, banish the target until the end phase. And Petin the Dark Clown. When this card is sent to your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Petin the Dark Clown from your hand or deck. It's actually a really good card. I mean, it's literally anything that sends it to the graveyard. You can just bring them back. Well, you banish him, you can bring back one of the other ones out of your hand or deck. Very good card overall. We have Soggy the Dark Clown. Oh, this really is the greatest hits of the early days, isn't it? It's normal monster, stats are nothing really to write home about. And this is back from when there was very rarely a reason to play like 3, 2, 1-star monsters. It was usually like you'd have your deck of, here's a bunch of 4-star monsters and up, basically. The original polymerization. Send from your hand or side of the field to the graveyard. The fusion material monsters that are listed on a fusion monster card, special summon it. Another Judge Man. Have Familiar Knight. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, each player can special summon one level 4 monster from their hand. And cost down. Discard 1 card until the end phase. Reduce the level of all monsters in your hand by 2, even after they are summoned. So, once again, this one wasn't too bad. I mean, it basically turned Blue Eyes into a 1-summon monster. If you had 2 of these guys and 2 other cards in your hand, I mean, it's basically you're getting rid of your entire hand, but you could be able to bring out Blue Eyes as a regular summon without tribute. A lot of fun things you can do with cost down. And we have Z Metal Tank. You can target 1 X-Head Cannon or Y Dragon Head you control. Equip this card to that target or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. While equipped by this effect, the equipped monster gains 600 attack and defense. And if the monster be destroyed, destroy the Union card instead. So, once again, one of the original founders of Xyz monsters. Hitotsume Giant. 4 stars, 1200 attack, 1000 defense, Beast Warrior. Yeah. This is what we used to have back in the day. The Flute of Summoning Dragon. Special summon up to 2 dragon-type monsters from your hand. Lord of D must be on the field to activate and resolve this effect. I mean, it's not bad if you're running a dragon-centric deck. And Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, there's another one. And Kaiser Glider. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target 1 monster on the field, return that target to the hand. So, I mean, this is a nice card. You can use that attack into something that's higher attack to return it to your opponent's hand. And I mean, it's bouncing it to the hand. It's not destroying the card or anything like that, so it gets around a lot of, this card cannot be destroyed. Well, you're not destroying it. You're just bouncing it back to the hand. So, the Yogi packs. Hopefully this will be a bit better. I'm not holding my breath. Catapult Turtle. You can tribute 1 monster. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the tributed monster's attack on the field. I thought this was, they had changed this to being once per turn now. I mean, this came out not that long ago. Is there an actual copyright date on the pack? Yeah, I mean, the pack says 2014, and I'm pretty sure Catapult Turtle had gone on errata before this, but they might have changed it back. Spellbinding Circle. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Once again, very good card back in the day for locking down your opponent's big stuff. Big Shield Gardna. During either player's turn, when this face-down card and no other cards is targeted by a spell card, change this card to face-up defense position, and if you do, negate the spell card's activation. If this card is attacked, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. So, back in the day when high defense was good, and especially if you could stop your opponent from attacking a second time, he was a very good card. We have another polymerization. Kind of weird how this one has the, not only is it different artwork, but text box is also much more verbose in this one. And Blackluster Soldier. You can ritual summon this card with Blackluster Ritual. I mean, there's an entire archetype of Blackluster cards that came out. I mean, they're Blackluster archetype. It's named after them. Unfortunately, their actual effects tend to be based off of the Envoy of the Beginning, which has the chaos summoning thing of removing one light and one dark monster from your discard from the game, whereas he needs the ritual. I mean, I do like him, but ritual summons aren't that good overall. We have another Big Shield Gardna, another Spellbinding Circle. Kaiba, during your opponent's turn, at damage calculation, discard this card, you take no battle damage. Yellow Gadget, when he's normal or special summoned, you can add one green gadget from your deck to your hand. And Monster Reborn. Target one monster in another player's graveyard, special summon it. So, all in all, like, a lot of these are cards that would have been nice to have when I was playing back in the day, but nowadays a lot of them just aren't that good overall. Catapult Turtle, Light Force Sword, banish one random card in your opponent's hand, face down. During your opponent's 4th standby phase after this card's activation, return that card to their hand. This is a very nasty card. Because your opponent has no control over what it hits, it's just random. Oh, well, at least I got the ritual for Blackluster Soldier. Stronghold the Moving Fortress. Becomes a monster in defense position with 2,000 attack. If you control the 3 color gadgets, he gains 3,000 attack. And Card of Sanctity. Banish all other cards you control and in your hand. Draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. Really not worth it. In the anime, I think it's you discard your hand and then you drop to 6 cards. I mean, if you're at the point where everything on the field and in your hand is so bad that you're willing to chuck it for 2 cards, just concede at that point, I think. Oh, do I really want to open this? I mean, I'm sure there's a list right on the back I could look at, but this is morbid curiosity driving me at this point. This is just, especially after seeing what was in the Duelist pack for Kaiba. I'm not going to hold my breath. No, I don't want to see the actual list of cards. Let it be a surprise. Starter deck, Yugi and Kaiba Reloaded. Oh, okay, I see which way it's going now. So we have the Blue Eyes where he's in front of the tapestry, in front of the tablet. We have another Blue Eyes White Dragon. Aquamador. Back in the day, he wasn't too bad. I mean, Spellcaster has a decent amount of support. He's 2,000 defense for 4-star, which, I mean, once again, back in the day, that wasn't too bad. Lejin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp. He used to be one of the original beatdown cards just because it was very hard to get higher than 1,800 attack that didn't have any strings attached. Of Battleox. Opticlops. The Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. Well, I mean, okay, Luster Dragon has higher attack, but I think he also came out a few packs after. I have the X-Head Cannon. Mad Dog of Darkness. Vorse Raider. Alexandrite Dragon. A little surprised, because normally when you get to the 2,000 and up attack, they would have effects on them, but I don't remember him. He must have come out after I'd stopped playing. Wattail Dragon, which is, I mean, Important, capturing the Wat-tailed dragon is forbidden by the ancient rules and is a level 6 offense, the minimum sentence for which is imprisonment for no less than 2,500 heliocycles. Level 6, 2,500 attack. Ow, my brain. Twin-head behemoth. During the end phase, this card was destroyed on the field and sent to the graveyard. Special summon it, make its attack 1,000. You can only use this effect once per duel. I mean, it was a decent enough effect, because you'd be able to bring him back. And Yomi Ship, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy the monster that destroyed this card. I mean, it's decent enough if you're willing to eat the attack to just, you play this, send it straight into your opponent's boss monster to destroy the boss monster if it doesn't have protection. There's Feral Imp, lets you recycle a card from your graveyard back into your deck. Kaiser Seahorse, you can use them as tribute for two, can be used as 2 light monsters for light monster, so, I mean, they actually gave you multiples. That's unexpected. I mean, good for getting out the blue eyes. Chaos Necromancer. The attack of this card is the number of monster cards in your graveyard times 300. Huh. I mean, that could be potentially pretty decent. It's only 1 star, too. So, Blade Knight, when you have one or less cards in your hand, this card gains 400 attack. If you control no other monsters, negate the effect of flip monsters destroyed by battle with this card. So, I mean, this is sort of what I was talking about, where normally when you would get over 1,900 attack is what, it'd be things like you have to have 1 card in your hand or less, or in the case of like Goblin Attack Force, where when they attack, they go into defense position and you can't ready them your next turn. Horus the Black Flame Dragon, level 4. Control of this card cannot switch. During the end phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle this turn, you can send it face up to summon 1 Horus Dragon, level 6. Unaffected by spell effects. During the end phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle this turn, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard, special summon 1 Horus Black Flame Dragon, level 8. And they don't give you... Yeah, and then they don't give you the Horus level 8. Well, that's unfortunate. Cybernetic Cyclopean. When you have no cards in your hand, this card gains 1,000 attack. So, similar to the Blade Duelist, but I mean, he becomes 2,400 attack. Puppet Plant. You can discard this card to the graveyard, then target 1 warrior or spellcaster type monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target until the end phase. I mean, it's lets you gain control. It's very specific what it takes, but still, I mean, giving you a free change of heart is not too bad. Des Mosquito. When this card is normal or special summoned, place 2 counters on it. It gains 500 attack for each of those counters. If this card would be destroyed by battle, remove 1 of those counters instead. I mean, it's a decent wall if nothing else. Tiger Dragon. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a dragon-type monster, you can target up to 2 face-down spells or traps your opponent controls, destroy those targets. I mean, it's a decent enough effect when it comes into play. Just that you need a dragon type to summon them. Vanguard of the Dragon. You can send 1 dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains 300 attack. When this card you control is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can target 1 dragon type normal monster in either player's dragon graveyard, special summon that target. I mean, that's not too shabby. Divine Dragon Apocryph. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card and then target 1 dragon-type monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Interplanetary Purple Thorny Dragon. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effects and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. I mean, it's basically, if one of your creatures dies, you can special summon him. But still, Interplanetary Purple Thorny. Did they miss a couple of spaces in that name? Honest question. Dark Hole just wipes the field. Soul Exchange. You can use one of your opponent's summons or one of your opponent's creatures to tribute summon with. Tribute to the Doom. Destroy one card, then target one monster on the field. Destroy it. I mean, once again, similar to the Yomi ship. You know, and if you have something that wants to go to the graveyard, you know, hey, here you go. Tribute to the Doomed. Rush Recklessly. Target one face-up monster on the field. Gain 700 attack until the end phase. It's... yeah. I mean, back in the day, stuff like this would have been better because then you'd be able to, you know, play it on a Dark Magician to punch through the blue eyes and things like that. But nowadays, that's not quite that good. Mystical Space Typhoon. Just target one spell or trap on the field. Destroy that target. I mean, it's a staple for a reason. It's a very solid card. Offerings to the Doomed. Target one face-up monster on the field. Destroy that target. Also skip your next draw phase. Honestly, not sure how I feel about this one. Stamping Destruction. If you control a Dragon-type monster, target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy that target, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to its controller. Yeah, I mean, it's more situational, but, yeah, I mean, it's Kaiba. You saw how many dragons there were. So, you're probably going to be able to play that. Enemy Controller. Activate one of the effects. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change its battle position, or tribute one monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of that target until the end phase. I mean, I think this is actually on the restricted list right now. Burst Stream of Destruction. If you control a blue-eyes white dragon, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Blue-eyes white dragons cannot attack the turn you activate this card. I mean, it's a more restrictive Dark Hole. Only affects your opponent's side of the field, at least. Shrink. Target one face-up monster on the field. Reduce its attack by half until the end phase. In the anime, he actually had a tendency of using this with Crush Card Virus, because it has to be lower than 1500 attack, and he would shrink his own monsters and tribute them for it. Shield Crush. Target one defense position monster on the field. Destroy the target. Silent Doom. Target one normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in face-up defense position. It cannot attack. I mean, it's a very restrictive Monster Reborn, but I mean, it lets you bring up Fusion Fodder, Link Fodder, Synchro Fodder. Tribute Draconic Tactics. Tribute 2 Dragon-type monsters. Special summon one level 8 Dragon-type monster from your deck. Shard of Greed. Each time you draw cards for your normal draw in your draw phase, place one greed counter on this card. You can send this card with 2 or more greed counters to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. Honestly, not sure how good that would be, because your opponent basically has 2 turns to get rid of it. Trap Hole. When your opponent normal or flip summons one monster with 1000 or more attack, target the monster, destroy the target. Sakuretsu Armor. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, destroy that target. Shadow Spell. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, loses 700 attack, and it cannot attack or change its battle position. So it's like Spellbinding Circle, but it also reduces the attack. Widespread Ruin. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy the attack position monster your opponent controls with the highest attack of your choice, if tied. Threatening Roar. Your opponent can't attack this turn. Birthright. Activate this card by targeting one normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Oh, so it's another Call of the Haunted, but it can only hit normal monsters. And Damage Gate. When you take battle damage, target one monster in your graveyard will attack less than or equal to the amount of damage you took. Special summon that target. I mean, it gives you a free special summon. So I'm not sure overall how useful it would be, but... Oh, man. I like... Surprised that they don't have the Crush Card virus in here. Overall, I mean, there was a lot of... well, not the Blue Eyes White Dragons, because, I mean, those are... It's a Kaiba deck. You would expect to see the Blue Eyes White Dragons, but a lot of these monsters are just... If you've seen my previous video where I covered the Legendary Decks 2 set, if you're going for, here's an updated deck for what we think Kaiba would be running in, what was it, 2014 for that set, that was a much better deck. It was much more focused on the Blue Eyes. It seemed very much more like, here is something that Kaiba would actually run. Like, if given the chance after however many years. This is a bit more... Like, I know a lot of it is stuff that... I don't know about some of the stuff like Tiger Dragon, Des Mosquito, Puppet Plant. I don't know if... Like, I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! I've seen the movies. I've started watching GX. I don't know if he's used some of this other stuff later on. Like Horus the Black Flame Dragon, yeah, I could see him using those. Blade Knight, I know he's used. Chaos Necromancer. I cannot see Kaiba using Chaos Necromancer. I know he's used the Seahorses. Like Yomi Ship, I cannot see him using that. So it's a very... It's not as bad as I was expecting, but at the same time, I mean... considering how often he would run the XYZ Dragon Head Cannon, they only give you the X Head Cannon in here. They don't give you Y Dragon or Z Tank. You know, it's just a very... Overall, I'm not that impressed with this deck. It's better than I was expecting, but at the same time, it's very much... If you made a deck and said, here is a structure deck for Kaiba, this is not what I would have imagined from the show. So, I mean, that's just my, just my opinion, but take of it what you will. Once again, the deck that they had in the Legendary Decks 2 for Kaiba, where it was much more centered around Blue Eyes White Dragon and support for the Blue Eyes White Dragon, that was much... That seemed much more of a, here is a deck for Kaiba, than this is. Like, and I know it has a bunch of garbage normal monsters, which, yeah, that's what he ran in the show. Fair enough. But anyways, so if you like this video, you know the routine. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.